Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Hunter and I collect Anthurium, as you can probably tell. I've been growing Anthurium for probably 4 years now. Been growing plants forever, but Anthurium have become like the one thing I focus on. And I just wanted to start off the channel by saying hey and showing everyone my favorites right now. I've got a lot more that are not in front of me. They're just outside, they're seedlings, that can be for later on, but I just wanted to show you some standouts right now. And why not start with a bang? This, crazy, right? I truly don't even have words for this plant. I was gifted this by such an amazing friend, and it's given me one leaf. This is an Anthurium. The tag on it says hookery and it's variegated. I think that's accurate. If you have any other ideas, let me know. But I grew this leaf and I'm so proud of it. There's another one on the way, and yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it other than it's such a gorgeous bird's nest Anthurium. And let's move right over to here. Now this one is really exciting to me. It's an Anthurium dorayaki, and it recently bifurcated, so it split its growth, and it's given me this leaf and this leaf at the same time. So it's really exciting. I'm planning on like splitting this one in half and giving a piece of it to my friend. I know he'll enjoy growing this. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that one. Super easy growing. And then what's next? Let's do this one. So this probably looks pretty familiar. It's an Anthurium Michelle by Doc Block, and I got this a long time ago as an itsy bitsy little seedling, and it only has one leaf. I cut off its other ones. I was just tired of looking at them. They were kind of beat up, but it's finally in caterpillar. I can't wait to see how large it gets, and each emergent is just crazier and crazier. It has this nice little scalloped sinus here. I love that. But yeah, move on. These two, a couple small ones, just a little funky. Now, these are both Anthurium magnificum crossed with Forgetii, and from the same seed batch, same parents, and as you can tell, they don't look anything alike. This one over here is actually working on a new leaf right now, and I don't know if you are able to tell, but it's actually developing a sinus. So it's like sinus, no sinus, no sinus, sinus, crazy. I don't know, these are just pretty fun. And then, let's see, another small guy, really excited about this one. It's Anthurium luxurians crossed with Forgetii, and I'm a sucker for peltate leaves. I just love a closed sinus, and then the pebbly texture from the luxurians, really looking forward to this guy. And then let's talk about the luxurians then. I've got a couple of these right here, and they're the same plant. They just are slightly different forms. This one here kind of always hardens off to like a slightly more blue foliage, and then this one's just like your classic like pretty looks. I really need to give it a repot. As you can see, it's a big old stump right now, but I can get that taken care of. And then let's see, work our way over to this fun one. Now this one was like one of the first like hybrids I sought out to buy, and it's Anthurium Dark Phoenix crossed with Ralph Lynham Fort Sherman. So I personally think it's taking after the Dark Phoenix a lot. I think it looks very pillowy, like that parent, but I'm excited to see what happens with the Ralph Lynham Fort Sherman part of it. It's gonna be a cool one to grow up. And then moving along, this one here was given to me by another really sweet friend I made through the plant community, and it's Anthurium Ace of Purple crossed with Pappy A+. So I think it's gonna be really neat. The emergence already come out like purple. It's kind of not in a good place to show that right now, but as you can see, it just is such a dark leaf with very minimal, simple veining. It's very pretty. I'm really looking forward to this one. And then, who's next? Oh, this guy. So this one's really fun as well. It's, honestly, I forget. Okay, so it's Anthurium Dock Block F2 crossed with Papillilaminum crossed with Magnificum. So kind of a complex hybrid. Doesn't look like a lot crazy when it hardens off, but the leaves come out the most insane emergent color. It's definitely from that Dock Block F2, but I love this one. I'm excited to use this in the future for breeding purposes just because of the emergence. They're crazy. Oh, and another notable feature is the leaves are like leathery. It's probably not visibly leathery, but when you touch them, it's like cardboard. It's so thick and almost rough. That's a fun one. And then all the way over here, set myself up for failure. Now this one is a fun one. It's probably pretty common in the trade by now. It's Anthurium nigrolaminum GG crossed with Portillier. So it'll be a fun one. I really enjoy the leaf shape. I don't know how I feel about the in-between hardening off to like emergent color. It goes from a very beautiful, like bright, almost orange emergent, and then it almost looks like it's dying, and then it turns green. So it's definitely, I don't know. I am curious to see what this one does as it ages out. And then let's do another big guy. I'm tired of reaching. All right, so this one probably looks pretty familiar as well. This one is Anthurium Queen of Hearts. Got a little emergent coming. It is a very slow grower for me. I'm not sure why actually. It has a great root system. It roots very readily. Maybe I should touch, I pot everything in a tree fern aeroid mix, pretty common with Anthurium growers at this point, but that's worth noting. But yeah, it doesn't really do much. It gives me one fat leaf and then sends another and just kind of swaps them out. It's really pretty though. It's definitely the darkest Anthurium I have. And then, let's see, this one right in the middle. Now this one, stunner. It's an Anthurium papillilaminum. I'm not sure the exact type of it. It was just sold to me as papillilaminum, but I'll give it a nickname one day so I can have something better to refer to it as. But yeah, it just pumps out these fat, gorgeous leaves. They're very wide, very pretty one. And then, let's see, oh, back to the Luxurians hybrids. Wow, untangle these. Now this one is really exciting. It's a dark form Ace of Spades, crossed with Luxurians obviously, but it is gorgeous. I honestly think I prefer it over just regular Luxurians. It has a very wild emergent color and hardens off very dark. Like definitely darker than a regular Luxurians. I'm excited because it is definitely sizing up. This is the last leaf, pretty small. And then this is the next one. It's definitely like hand sized. So that's a cool one. I think it's gonna be a little more easy to grow than Ace of Spades. And let's move on. This, Forgetty Eye. I have a bunch of Forgetty Eye, but this is the only one I pulled out because it is gorgeous. The leaf is just so round and pebbly. It is just the most bumpy little rumply leaf. I love it. And it holds a lot of leaves. I like I said, I have a lot of Frigidii, and they typically hold like 1 to 2 leaves max. I'm not sure, maybe it's just in my care for them, but this one I've grown from a seedling. It was actually bred by one of my friends named Steph, so I like to call it Steph Giddy-eye. But anyway, it's probably the most vigorous Frigidii I've ever seen. Like, it truly is a grower. But move on from that one, I could talk about her forever. And then this one is also super exciting, a little radish. So this is an Anthurium Renaissance, and it's just, got it as this 2-leaf cutting. It's been rooting out for months, and I've been waiting for a node to wake up, and surprisingly, the main growth point, like from like the crown, if you will, just popped this leaf out the other day. So I'm super excited. It's almost all white, we'll see. There's a little green on it, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm excited to see where this one turns up. It's got some great coloring. And then this one here in the front. So this one, not much to show yet, but it's a really cool hybrid. It's got this little emergent here, it's pretty. It's an Anthurium Woo pap, so just one of Woohoo's paps. And then crossed with Woohoo's First Night, which also from Woohoo Tropicals. But it is just gorgeous. It has very long leaves. I honestly kind of neglected it, and most of its foliage I just chopped because I let it dry up. But we're back on track, and this one I think is gonna size up pretty nicely. So that's a fun one. And then, let's see, this one here, this one is also from Woohoo. It's a Carla Blackier crossed with Pappy Mag. So it's already showing, in my opinion, the really nice like Carla Blackier type veining. I'm hoping it gets like the leaf shape and like characteristic, like the size of a Pappy Mag combined with those veins. I think that'd be very nice. It's a very pretty plant. Yeah, I like that one. And then this one here, okay, it's nothing crazy. It was just a random like no ID Indo import, but I really like her. It's got a little pest damage from the past, but she's all treated and cleared up. But it's developing these little scalloped sinuses as well. They're wide and they just kind of flare out. It's really neat. I've named her Miss Lizard because she reminds me of a lizard. I don't know. Every time I see her, I think of a lizard. Yeah, I don't have much to say about her, but I'm growing her out because I think the sinus is really notable, and it's a very shiny, like velvety leaf, so she'll be fun. And then honestly, wow, we're like essentially done already. But this one I'm obsessed with. I check it like 8 times a day, even though it doesn't do anything like that. But it's a Anthurium NSE portile, however you say that, crossed with also NSE Dressleri, and it is just so crazy. It's become such a vigorous grower. I got it as a tiny little seedling, and it has sized up so well. The leaf shape is very elongated, and I don't know, I guess the ear part, like where the sinus is on the leaf, it has such an interesting shape as well. The emergent color is also crazy. So I'm excited to grow this one out and see like how big it gets, like the shape it gets. It's got a new leaf on the way. I really truly should up-pot it again. It's rooting out like crazy, and see where that goes. And then, yeah, I guess that's about everyone. As you can probably see over here, this is too big to move on the table. It's just Anthurium crystallinum crossed with magnificum. Nothing crazy, but it's just a large leaf, and I decided to remove it from my grow tent. I grow everything in a grow tent, and It just is looking ugly right now because it's acclimating to ambient, but we're getting there, we're making progress. Oh, and I did also forget this one. So this is also technically a no ID. It's a clarinervium hybrid, but I just love the veining on it. When it was smaller, its veining was just very different from any clarinervium I've seen. It's still kind of different, but I'm growing this one out in hopes that it's just a little more vigorous than a regular clarinervium. But yeah, I think that's everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking my plants out. I will definitely be back to just update with them, talk about repots, things I'm observing with their growth, tips and tricks I have learned and found helpful over the years. And I love to talk plants. Anyone wants to talk plants, I am here to jab my jaw. I love to talk. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.